I turned 38 the night my wife decided to make a joke out of me. It was supposed to be simple. A backyard birthday dinner under warm string lights, friends and family drifting between the grill and the music. I spent the afternoon shaking hands, smiling, pretending our marriage hadn't hollowed out into something I didn't recognize anymore. Then Emma tapped her glass. The metallic ring cut through the conversations. Heads turned. She flashed me a bright, staged smile, one that hadn't reached her eyes in months. "Since it's my husband's birthday," she announced, "I thought it's the perfect time to tell everyone the new rules he starts following today." Laughter. Clapping. I forced a grin. "Rule number 1, she said, resting a hand on my shoulder. "No more late-night snacking." "He's getting soft." More laughter. "Rule number 2. He needs to actually listen when I talk. Not nod like an old man zoning out." Someone whistled. Someone else muttered, "Damn." My jaw tightened. I kept smiling. Then her coworker Matthew, slick hair, polished smugness, leaned back with a smirk. "That's fair," he said loudly. "Someone's gotta keep him in line." Emma tossed her hair and laughed, looking at him longer than necessary. That was the moment when something cold twisted inside me. Not anger. Awareness. This wasn't a joke. This was a performance. And I was the prop. She lifted her glass again. "Rule number 3. No more dumb gadgets. We need space and he needs better taste." The crowd roared. My face burned, not from embarrassment, but from the quiet betrayal hiding behind her humor. When she finally sat, Matthew leaned over and whispered something. I didn't hear it, but I saw the way she covered her mouth and laughed like he'd said something bold. Something meant for her, not for the crowd. Someone wished me happy birthday again, but it sounded far away. I felt detached from my own backyard, as if the life I built had slipped out from under me while everyone else kept laughing. Emma caught my eye, mouthing it was just a joke. But it wasn't. It was a message. And the worst part? She wanted him to hear it. Later, when the cake was nearly gone and guests were drifting home, Matthew walked past me, pausing just long enough to smirk. "She's a firecracker, isn't she? Keeps you on your toes." I didn't smile back. Something in me shifted, quiet, dangerous. By the time the backyard was empty, only the string lights were still glowing. I collected cups just to keep my hands busy. Emma came outside, wiping her hands on a towel. "You're being weird," she said lightly. "It was just a joke." Relax. Relax. The word people use when they know exactly what they did. I placed the last plate on the counter and looked at her. "You enjoyed that?" I asked. She blinked. "Enjoyed what?" "Making fun of me. In front of everyone. In front of him." Her expression tightened, fast and subtle. "Oh my God, you're overreacting. Matthew jokes with everyone." "He wasn't joking with everyone," I said calmly. "He was joking about me. With you." She rolled her eyes. "Don't start. It's my birthday too." "No," I said. "It was mine." Silence. For the first time that night, she looked uncomfortable. "We'll talk tomorrow," she muttered. But we didn't. Instead, something unspoken settled over the house. She stayed later at work, guarded her phone, laughed at messages she didn't explain. And somehow Matthew's name slipped into her stories more often than it should have. And once trust cracks, everything sounds like evidence. A week later, the truth didn't come from snooping. It came from her mistake. Her phone chimed while we were cleaning. She grabbed it, but not fast enough to hide the preview. Tonight was something else. Winking face, Matthew. She froze. I froze. "That's not what you think," she said instantly. I didn't yell. Didn't accuse. I simply said, "Then show me the full message." Her face went pale. She didn't move. That was answer enough. That night I slept on the couch. Not because she asked, but because our bed felt like a lie I refused to climb into. By morning I packed a bag. Not everything, just enough to make it clear I wasn't bluffing. "Where are you going?" she asked, wide-eyed. "I'm giving you space," I said. "Space to be honest. Space to decide what you want." "Nothing happened," she insisted. "You're taking everything out of context." "If nothing happened," I said quietly, "why can't you show me the messages?" Her mouth opened then closed. No answer. "Emma," I said, "I backed you for years. Trusted you. And you repaid that with jokes at my expense and secrets behind my back. Tears gathered, but they didn't move me. I'm not begging, I said. I'm not chasing. And I'm not fighting for space in my own marriage. Please don't go, she whispered. We can fix this. Maybe. But not today. She reached for my arm. I moved it gently away. Don't do this, she said, voice breaking. I looked at her, really looked for the last time as the woman I thought she was. That night you joked about new rules, I said. You meant every word. You just didn't expect me to have rules of my own. Her brows knit. What rules? I stepped outside. Respect, I said. And honesty. Then I closed the door, quietly, firmly. Sometimes the loudest message you can give someone is the sound of the door closing, while they're still blaming you for opening it.